is correct, Judge.
Okay. Something about that. I can't remember, Zane. Do you know if it's DNA, then you're going to Austin, right, for DPS?
I have to check with the detective exactly where they sent it out, but it is there's a couple of phones still waiting to be dumped, and there is potential DNA that's going on.
DNA, I understand. The phone dumping can be done within a week. So I don't know why we're at 6 months for the phone, but I get the DNA part. So what time frame are we looking at?
Well, I know it's all in the works right now. I can check with the detective to get an expected date. I can also send him a request to expedite what's going on right now.
Okay, so I mean, I'm inclined just to go ahead and either set it for announcement fairly shortly, or just go ahead and set it for trial. Just so we have a placeholder on a trial date. But I mean, he's 6 months in custody, and on these offenses, that's kind of my limit. I don't like to go much further than that. I'd like to get it resolved within 6 months. And Zane, I understand, like, you took this over from somebody else who I think took it over from somebody else. So
That is true, Judge.
So I'm not trying to beat you up, but that doesn't change the fact that kid's been here for 6 months. So
I mean, we didn't really make much progress before Zane got on the case. So
yeah, and so I don't want Zane to be punished for the sins of his predecessor, but that doesn't change the fact that kid's been there for so long.
Charlie, I think, is the investigator that's been a little bit tardy on this case.
The investigator that's been a little bit what?
Tardy.
Tardy? Okay. Well, so what do you think we should do? I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
Give us another status, maybe in another 2 or 3 weeks. I think we should be able to at least be getting somewhere.
We'll set it for announcement in 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I just need to know at that point if it's going to be a trial or if it's going to work out. But here's the thing: is we set it for status, then we don't know how long we can expect for this to take. I guess that's the issue.
That is correct, Judge.
Well, this is what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go ahead and reset for the first week of December. All right. And then at that point, I'm just going to mark in here, no passes. I mean, that's at that point, it's either we set it for a plea or we set it for a trial. And then we'll just move from there. And I'm trying to be as deferential as I can. I mean, I remember what it's like to practice, but the kid's not entitled to bail. It's different than the adult system. I'm holding him here without any chance of getting out because of the offense.
Well, it could be released at your discretion, Judge.
No, I can. I'm not, though.
Okay, I'm just checking, Judge.
Point taken. No, I fully recognize that it's within my discretion, but I am choosing not to. Is this Fort Worth or Arlington?
It's Arlington, Judge.
Arlington. Okay. All right, well. Just letting y'all know, first week of December, I'm gonna be really pushy. I'm not gonna, since I'm letting you know, I'm not gonna feel guilty about it then, okay?
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so is Mr. Green here? Good.
I haven't seen him yet, Your Honor.
All right, how about Montague? I think Ms. Keenan is here.
I'm on that one as well, Judge.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay,
Everybody.
okay. Where are we at? Certification for setting?
So here's kind of where we are missing, unless Zane has an update for me today, quite a lot of information from the detective. I know he's been on it and is trying to get that information to us. Courtney has done the pre-diagnostic social study. I think a resource staffing happened last week. Is that correct? I can't hear her.
Courtney, your microphone's not, I know you're not muted, but your microphone's just not working.
What is the child's name? Maybe I can help by looking it up on JCMS.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. The resource staffing was rescheduled to November the 30th. They were going to wait till after the psychological, which was scheduled for November the 15th.
Okay. And Your Honor, I am concerned about having the psychological on November 15th. We do not have the school records, CPS records, mental health records that wouldn't necessarily be, or I think would be necessary for a complete psychological diagnostic for a certification hearing. So I don't want to unschedule the psych just because if we can get that stuff in, I don't want to get knocked back on the list. But I don't know how to try to make those things come in. In the past, when we did not have all of the records for a psychological,
Chris, I'm sorry. Somebody started talking to me when you first started, so I lost you at the very beginning. I was trying to catch up, but I can't.
Okay, no, that's okay, Judge. Okay, so our psychological is scheduled right now for November 15th, but we're missing the school records, CPS records, mental health records that would be, I think, quite pertinent for a certification psychological, because those are all things that usually go into play when the psychologist makes recommendations and does the full diagnostic study that is required for a certification. I don't want to cancel it necessarily at this time, but we've got to get that stuff in. So I don't know if that's something that needs to come from the court ordering it or, but I've had in the past where if we did not have all of those things, trying to get the psychologist to update this diagnostic study the proper way is like pulling teeth.
So what? Go ahead.
No, I was just like, that's why I would like to not have an incomplete psychological and then try to have them go back and amend it.
I guess my question is, why don't we have all that?
And that I don't know. So I don't know if that's something that the court needs to order, that the school and the CPS turn over, or where we are in that process.
No, I had our clerk order his school records. I don't think a lot of that has to, not saying it doesn't deal with the psychological, but the clerk got his school records. We have our CPS liaison. I'm not sure if she can help with that part. And I don't have anything on his mental health, so I don't think that'll be a big thing. So get that
So you're
psychological.
saying that there aren't any mental health records?
Not tomorrow. And mom is here also. Since I've been supervising him, it's nothing been with his mental health, to my knowledge.
And you said CPS has already been ordered to turn over?
Well, we have our CPS liaison who's sent me some CPS information. I don't know if it's an official way to get that information from her or from actual CPS, but he does have a CPS history.
And Your Honor, I definitely think the CPS records would be important for a psychological and
Yeah,
a
so,
certification.
okay. So I guess going back to my question is, why are we waiting on it? Like, I mean, yeah, I think we need that for the social history. We need that for the psychological evaluation. So, like, what's holding it up?
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean,
Like I
when
said, I have the school records pulled. They were uploaded in behind his offense already. And if I can just get the CPS records uploaded, that shouldn't be a problem.
so you think you'll have those shortly?
Yes, sir. I can look into it.
Like, if you need an order from me, I don't mind. I don't mind bringing
Okay.
it to court to make sure they get it. Like,
With CPS, she probably will need an order to get the complete records, and then Zane and I can do the protective order for the CPS records.
okay,
I just know that they normally block.
right? No, that's what they do. So, well, Mr. Reed, I mean, I think somebody has a form. I think y'all have one. Maybe in your file bank on the order to release records. But Mr. Bush, you may want to tell them that, you know, when I sign the order, I'm going to do it probably within 24 hours. So they may want to start getting it together. So there's no reason to set this one off. He's 60 days in detention. So, but if we're going on certification, I'd rather do it sooner than later.
Your Honor, I have an order, and if Zane, you can't find one, I can email one over to you.
Let's do that. So this is my concern, right? As a child, we're looking at certification. What I don't want is if there's a certification, he goes downtown and he just ages, right? He just gets older and he looks like a grown man. By the time he gets to trial, it kind of gets lost on the jurors that he was a child when this happened, right? I don't want to handicap him or penalize him for that. That's why if it's just a certification, I really want to push this really quickly just to give him, you know, a more fair trial.
And Your Honor, I will tell you the co-defendant is an adult, and he is set for his first consultation setting in the 371st on December 16th. But 371st is having their first trial today, so I guess they're
Okay.
going to keep trying to move as long as it goes okay.
Right. Okay, so I guess if y'all give me the order for CPS records, but Ms. DeWes, if you can call CPS, the liaison, let them know that when Judge Kim signs this, it's really going to be 24, 48 hours to get the whole record. So they should probably start preparing it now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me make an entry in here. All right. Thank you, Ms. Keenan. So we'll reset it, but probably just like 30 days. That gives time for the psychological report and social history.
And Judge, will that be like a reset for a status?
Yeah, we'll just go back on status.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Good to see you, Ms. Perkins.
Good to see you. You didn't notice I'm Keenan today.
I noticed at the beginning because I saw Keenan, I was looking up for Perkins.
I have two computers going. Once again, I have multiple hearings at the same time. So for some reason, it doesn't let me use the same login for both.
All right. So when the judges send out emails, have you seen Tracy Perkins? They'll be like, no, but I have Miss Keenan here.
Anyway, okay. Well, y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, Zane.
Make this entry. I got this. What do you got?
That file was sitting over there, but
What's that file?
this one that you asked me for, usually,
Okay.
and she has a detention hearing. So
Okay.
if you want to address that at the same time.
Okay.
You haven't had it done.
I haven't done the detention hearing.
No, you haven't done this hearing, right?
What's this hearing?
You did.
Is she set today?
You asked me for the file.
Yes. We've already done it. I want to look at something.
Okay, I was just
Oh.
making sure that you hadn't already done the hearing and that you could
There's no hearing
address.
schedule. I just want to look at the jacket.
Oh, okay.
So this is for
Never mind.
detention hearing then?
Yeah, so never mind. I
Okay.
thought there was a hearing. When you told me there was a hearing this now. Okay.
No, I just wanted to look at the jacket. Thank you. It's pretty long. I saw the kids come in, or saw the list of kids that came in. For some reason, the last 2 weekends, it hasn't been the weekend, it's been Sunday. Everyone's getting arrested on Sunday. All right, so, let's see, Mr. Green is still not here. Mr. Adler, who's here in the courtroom?
Your Honor, Mr.
Morning.
Green is driving in. He's on his way.
Okay. Mr. Richmond, are you covering for Mr. Bomberg, or?
No, Your Honor, I'm here on Mr. Green's case and also on the Ochoa case with Mr. Youngblood.
Okay. All right, have you seen Kevin?
Yes, Judge. He gave me permission to come talk to you ex parte.
Okay, yeah.
We just set it for a contested certification hearing in December. Pre-diagnostic is not back yet. Mary gave us a date.
Okay, so hold on a second. So it's, I have on the DSEN, there's a certification case out?
Yes. I'm the chicken. I have no idea.
Just now.
10 years ago. Just be honest.
Frank, why'd you hold on? I asked him for the, I don't have the jacket for the certification. So give me a second so I can look at that. Wait a minute. No, I do have it.
Judge,
Right. Yes?
I will also need an order to get his CPS records from Dallas County, and I believe he might have CPS history in Denton County too, on Joseph.
Hold on
For
one
the
second. I'm typing and trying to listen at the same time. All right. So you're talking, Ms. Correa, you're talking about Navarez?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what were you saying?
I said I may need an order for CPS record for his pre-diagnostic. They have CPS history in Dallas County, and I believe in Denton County.
Okay. All right. Well, Judge Porter signed an order for diagnostic study. Okay. So you need an order for the CPS records?
Yes, sir.
Does JPD have one, or can somebody else get me one?
I will see if we can get one to you, Judge.
Okay. And so, Mr. Adler, when did you say this was set?
Set for December 11th at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Well, Ms. Guerrero, just go ahead and give me that order. I'm happy to sign it.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Sawyer. Thank you, Ms. Guerrero.
Judge, detention is asking if you're needing Nathaniel Pena for court.
He's not on my docket today.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe with Judge Terry or Judge Porter, but not with me.
Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Youngblood, we have Ochoa with Ms. Richmond.
Yes, sir.
All right, finally, a non-certification case. All right, so
I
Mr.
had to
Ochoa.
put a little something extra in Mark's envelope to get this result, you know.
Okay, so it's he's not in detention.
No, sir.
So let's see. Is this just the first setting?
It's the first one I know about.
It was I think it's the second setting. I don't know if the first one was actual one where like we appeared at.
Okay. All right. How old is this child?
He is
14 when this happened, but I think he's 15 now.
All right.
he turns 15 next week.
Oh, okay.
And there's grand jury approval. So looks like we have something worked out, or is this a fight?
Well, not exactly. The family has sort of given up on being able to supervise him and is seeking help, which may not actually be available in the form they think. Mark and I both think he needs to probably have a psych exam or psychosexual exam to try to figure out what to do with him. There does not seem to be any contention about whether this happened or not.
It does not. What about whether this happened or not?
There doesn't seem to be any contest about whether or not the events happened.
Right.
Maybe some details to argue about, but they're not significant, in my opinion. I don't know what Mark thinks.
About the same. This case, I think, is be more about figuring out what's the appropriate disposition for him. And I think that's why an evaluation would be good for us.
So you just want a psychosexual ordered?
Yes.
Yes, sir. And someone appointed to do that who you feel like will get that answer for us and not go off in some other direction.
Ms. Guerrero, your thoughts?
Yes, Judge, I can submit the paperwork to do the psychosexual.
Okay. Anything else you're thinking of?
No, sir.
Ms. Richmond, Mr. Youngblood?
Well, I'm not sure what exactly is going on with the family's or the department's efforts to keep him from having contact with other kids. This is sadly, if the reports are to be believed, and I have no reason to think they're not, this is the third time that something pretty serious has happened with little kids.
Well, the last time the family was here, I did ask them if they had a safety plan in place, and the mother said yes, they did.
Well, they have locks on the doors, but they had locks on the doors when this happened, according to the police report. If I'm remembering it right, Mark might remember it better.
Ms. Guerrero, have you gone over the safety plan with the family?
No, Judge, I just asked them when CPS was called out if they had if they still had the safety plan, and Mom just said yes, they did have the safety plan.
Let's go ahead and set a out of custody detention hearing. And basically the big thing is I want to make sure, I want the mom to go over the safety plan with me.
Okay, they're
Right.
here. They're here in the lobby. So
Oh, they are? Let's
Yes.
go ahead and do that. Let's get them in the parents' room.
Okay, I will
The
go
wall.
do.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now.
Okay, let me do that.
And then another thing, which is worthy of note, I suppose, is that there is a forensic interview. And the way things work right now, if I understand it correctly, I'll have to come in and see the forensic interview, and I have not done that. And that's me. I've just chosen not to do so at this point. I will be able to at some point after I make an appointment, and I have, I think, 2 of these to look at. So I'll try to do them both the same day.
Okay.
And Ed, when we need to, so still have an envelope in my discovery basket for you on a different case. So stop by my office when you come by.
Okay. I'm not enthused about the project, but what is that one on, Mark?
That's Goodman.
Oh, okay, Timothy. So this, I ask mostly for the judge.
Again, so I'm going to go ahead and make a finding under Texas Family Code 54.08A that there is good cause that the public should be excluded from these proceedings, even though the child is over 14. So I'm discontinuing